Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Amsoil Built for Speed. I know I usually post like modification vehicle videos and stuff, but today I'm gonna do some of my work vehicles. I'm servicing them, might as well record a video. So today we're working on 2019 Sprinter. It's the 3500 XD. This is my box truck. This is my work vehicle. And this, I'm not even gonna use a lift. I'm just gonna do it on the floor. I can access the oil pan and the oil filter pretty easily. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do an oil change on one of these. If any of you guys, whether you're in business or you have this vehicle and you're kind of wondering how to do an oil change on this, well, this is going to be a video for you. So first thing I did, I started the truck, I idled it for like 5 minutes, let the oil warm up so it drains a little faster, and it kind of got everything moving in the engine, so it drains all the garbage, all the oil out. Got that done, shut it off. So now I'm gonna tell you guys what oil I'm gonna use. I use 5W40, the Amsoil, which is our sponsor, and I've been using this for all my vehicles. One of the best oils out there. You're gonna need 13.2 quarts, US quarts, which equals out to about a little less than 13 liters. So you're gonna need this guy, which is 10 quarts, and then 3 more quarts, or 4 more just in case if you guys want it. But I'm gonna start with putting 13 quarts in this engine, and then we'll start it up, idle, and we'll see the level. If we need to add the 0.2, we'll add it, but it calls for 13.2 quarts. This is the part number for the filters, for the oil filter, if you guys want to search it up online and order it. And then I'll post the link to this oil in the description of my video. I know there's a lot of people have their own opinions on the oils. Why I use 5W40, simply because it's great oil for whether it's cold temperatures or hot temperatures. So quick explanation. So 5W, this is for winter, so this is the viscosity when it's cold for the oil, and then this is when it's hot. When it warms up, that's the viscosity when it's hot. So in my interpretation of this over the years and from experience, you do not want your oil to be too thick when it's cold. So I try to keep this number down. I know there's some people use 1030, 1540. I don't like thick oil when it's cold. I want my oil to move around the engine when I start it up, period. So that makes sense. This, I do not want it to be water thin when you work the truck, like when you get it to really high temperatures. If you use the 30 weight, it gets very, very thin. So I don't really like my oil getting too thin, so I use the 40 weight. So 5W40 for me, it's a no-brainer. I use it works for me best for hot temperatures and cold temperatures. Never had any issues. I've seen people that use the 30 weight that have the issues, the turbo goes out, and on and on. Like I said, if you use your vehicle hard and you get it hot, you might want to consider the 40 weight. And then if it gets cold in your area, you might want to use the 5W. So 5W40 would work best for you. But I mean, if you live in the area where it's hot all the time, it doesn't get cold, you can use the 1030 or the 1540. But I think 540 works the best. But usually you want to check in your manual which oils are applicable to your vehicle. In this truck, I believe it's 1030 or 540. I'm not going to use the 1030, I don't really like it, but 540 for me works the best. Okay, so first thing you will need, I bought specifically an oil filter wrench for this truck because I got tired of trying to unscrew that right there, the plastic piece right there. So I just got one. It's not that expensive. I'll post the link into Amazon of this in the description of my video. So we're gonna access that. I may have to pull this off, we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna access that oil filter, pull it off, just kind of loosen it a little bit, and so it lets air through, so it drains a little easier. And I like to open this up just a little bit. And I also bought a dipstick. This does not come with a dipstick, you have to buy it. I bought one just because I like to check my oil manually. I mean, you can trust, and probably it's correct, the electronic level, but I also like to be able to check my oil with a dipstick. Okay, and for the bottom here, this is the oil pan. That's a drain plug, and you're gonna need a 13mm wrench. 13mm wrench there I got, so I loosened it already. Got a drain pan there, and then I'm just gonna open it up and let it drain under there. So you need this wrench. I'll post in the description of the video. So I'm gonna loosen the oil filter, loosen the cap, pull the dipstick out just a little bit, just to give it nice breathing room so it drains faster from the top of the engine. Oh boy, that's some dirty oil. That's black. No flakes, anything like that. So it's good. This container wasn't exactly clean, but yeah. So we're gonna just let it drain. I warmed it up like 5 minutes, and you can see how slow this thing drains still. So yeah, I'm gonna let it drain. I'm gonna wait until it basically drips. Drain as much as that old oil out as possible. And this is like 4,000 miles. I don't think it even has 4,000. I just want to flush it out. This is the second time I do oil change since I bought this vehicle. But yeah, so man, that's the pipe that blew up on me. The factory pipes are garbage. So this is something I wanted to show you guys. This is, remember, this is 4,000 miles since my last oil change, and you can see what it's doing already to the filter. So this, what happens, why it does that is these filters, you can see right there, you see those like not straight marks. What happens is it filters your oil, and then this filter over time obviously gets all the garbage, all the stuff that it filters out from the oil. It gets full, and when it gets full, it starts folding like that. And when it starts folding, the more full it gets, the less oil flow you get through this, because this oil filter gets plugged up. And a lot of, I don't know, the people that go 7 or even 10,000 miles on the oil change, and then they pull their filter out and it's all squished. It's like almost indented in the middle. So you're just basically killing your engine slowly. You have to change the oil on a diesel, especially. You have to change it every 5,000 miles. That's if you care about your vehicle and you're gonna hold it long term and you want it to last, because these engines are very sensitive. So that's why I change my oil every 5,000 miles. This one I'm just doing after 4,000 about 4,000 miles about on it right now, because I bought this vehicle. I did an oil change and then I want to do it again. I kind of want to do a flush, so I'm doing a few thousand miles less usually than I do usually. I do every 5K, but this one I kind of wanted to flush the engine out, just because I don't know how often it was changed before me. So yeah, this is something I wanted to show you guys. You do not, this is after 4,000 miles. That's what it starts doing to the oil filter. So you definitely want to change it every 5K miles. Okay, so it's all drained. Tighten the drain plug, put a new filter in, and the O-rings in the oil filter. And then now I put 3 quarts in here, and this one has 10 quarts, 2.5 gallons. So this is going to be 13 quarts. It calls for 13.2. I'm going to just start with 13, start it up, let it run, and then check the oil level after that. If anything, I'll add some, but I think 13 should be good. Okay, I got it all, the 13 quarts in. Close this up, make sure the dipstick is in, that in. That's all tightened, the oil filter housing. That one you just want to get it snug. You don't want to get it too tight, because it's not sealed with tightness, it's sealed with the seal there. So you just need to get it down and just sitting on the metal. That's it, just flush with the metal. So just want it snug, that's it. You don't want to crank it too much, you'll snap that housing. So make sure you don't tighten that too much, or you don't try to tighten it. If you tighten it too much, you'll break it basically. So yeah, now we're gonna go start it, let it run for a minute, and then check the level. Okay, so we let it sit for a few minutes. Now let's just take it out, let's check the level. So if you have the dipstick, it's almost at the max line. That's the max line where the orange begins, or red, or whatever you want to call it. Kind of orangish red color. Let's look on this side. Yeah, it's basically almost at the maximum. So this one, this truck, I mean, or car or van, you want to call it, it's very sensitive. So you don't want to go above the max line. So you want to kind of stay right at the red where this plastic begins, just right there, because if you go above, it may show inside that you have too much oil inside the truck. So for right now, it's good. I'm gonna check it maybe in 5 more minutes, but I think we're basically right at the max line with 13 quarts. So this took 13 quarts, unless maybe it didn't drain just a little bit, because I mean, obviously you can't fully drain this engine. You're obviously gonna have some on the cylinder walls and, you know, around the engine. So you'd have to drain it for like an hour at least to basically get 98 or 99% of the oil out. So we got probably 95, maybe a little more out of the engine. So the 0.2 quarts probably could have been on the parts in the engine itself. So 13 quarts is definitely reasonable. And yeah, so 13 quarts, that's basically full capacity. Okay, and then to check the oil level in the vehicle, you gotta scroll and click on that service with this button there, and then go to engine oil level, and you can see we're right at the max line, so we're perfect level. If it was all the way up, it would say engine to full. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Change the oil, change the filter. The capacity of the oil is 13 quarts, US quarts. So if you guys want to translate that to whatever the liters is, it'll be a little bit less liters, but yeah, the engine oil change is done. So if you guys have any questions or comments below, but the oil, the filter, I will have in the description below, so if you guys would like to purchase it online, you'll be able to. I'll have those links in the description. But as usual, thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, see you next time. Peace.